Hi guys, and welcome to another show on Sharks Life. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a guy called Carlos Maquaqua. I've known Carlos for the best part of 15 years, and I met him and I started working with him way back when on a manta ray documentary in, I think it must have been 2002, 2003. Even at that stage, he was an absolute living legend in Mozambique. You know, and particularly for you scuba divers out there, you know when you see somebody in the water who just becomes one with the ocean. He moves in a way that none of the rest of us can move. And if you want to picture that guy, it's Carlos Maquaqua. He's about 6'5". He's got these huge Mozambican size 14 feet. And when he slips into that water, he just transforms into something else. Over the last 15 years, Carlos realized that if Mozambique was going to change the results of what was happening to his marine life, then a lot more indigenous Mozambicans would have to become involved in marine ecotourism, marine conservation, and become passionate about their oceans. And that's what he spent the last 15 years doing. So in this documentary, we follow him on one of his big initiatives, which is called Bitonga Divers, and its goal is to train up Mozambican divers to become a part of the lucrative marine ecotourism industry. So with that, let me roll the tape, and I hope you guys all enjoy. In tropical Mozambique, one special man has a unique approach to marine conservation.
I'm Carlos Maquaqua. Yes, I am the first Mozambican diving instructor. It's been a long journey until I get here, you know. Mozambique has got a very long coastline, crystal waters and reefs, you know, a lot of underwater life. But we, Mozambicans, diving is not our culture, even swimming. You get a lot of people living along the coastline. They don't know even how to swim. Bitonga Divers is an association that I started when I became instructor. I became instructor and I understood a little more about marine resources, marine conservation. But I look around, there's nobody else, it's just me. You know, we go to the community and tell them about conservation. Conservation is good, it's this and that, but community people don't really know what it is. What is diving? What is to see the shark on scuba diving? It's a completely different story. Seeing shark on the beach dead or seeing shark in the ocean swimming. It's a completely different story. I need to involve more Mozambicans to be diving professionals, because that's when I start to understand what it's all about. When I started diving.
For the past 10 years, Carlos has dedicated himself to training indigenous Mozambicans to become professional scuba divers, ensuring that these Mozambican diving pioneers become intimately involved in the lucrative marine ecotourism industry. But for Carlos, the mission is even bigger. He aims to reach all Mozambicans with his message of marine conservation. To achieve this, he has adopted a uniquely African approach. We join Carlos on what may be his most important day since the inception of the Bitonga Divers.
You know, it's the first day, first boat ever. We've been working on this, we've been trying for many years, and today is the day. Today is the day.
With the aid of American NGO Ocean Revolution, Today, Carlos is launching his very own training vessel. For the big event, he has invited some of his friends that he introduced to the underwater wonders of Mozambique. Together, they head seawards.
We've been working on this for a long time. We've been trying for a very long time, and seeing this happening today, you know, I feel that we accomplished our mission. You know, we will be using this boat to dive with our students, not being dependent anymore from the dive center, and we'll also use it to find new diving reefs. Oh, another whale shark. Right there, another whale shark. It's a manta. Whale shark, now manta, you know?
As if on cue, two of Mozambique's most famous marine giants turn up, welcoming this hometown boy back into their kingdom.
Well, this is actually my home village. That's where I was born. It's called Maunza. This beach is where I learned to swim. We used to come here as a kid, fish, you know, in those natural pools when the tide is out. But I didn't know the existence of Manta Reef, which is right here, until I started to scuba dive. I am right now, I think, from my community, I think I'm the only one that have a clear image of what we have here. So I feel, for that point, I feel lucky, but also I think I have a big responsibility to get them to learn a little bit.
Carlos's responsibility is large, as Mozambique's marine resources are becoming increasingly targeted by international fishers and buyers. His work, to involve Mozambicans and communities in ecotourism and conservation, may just be the pragmatic approach needed to conserve the idyllic wonders of Mozambique's marine world. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you recognize the passion that Carlos and his team have for the marine life and marine conservation in Mozambique. And I really believe that big things are going to happen in that country, and that the famous manta rays and the whale sharks that love that part of the coastline are going to have a place that they can call home for years and years to come.